iPad one. Okay. This is the controller for the Wii U. I'm sorry if this is kind of dark. I only have a blogging camera right now, but for those of you that are worried about, you know, how it feels or anything, it feels really good. I mean, it has like this contoured thing on the back where you can grab onto the triggers and stuff, and it's light. It's not. I'd say it's lighter than an iPad, like the first generation iPad. I'd say it's probably lighter than that. So there's not really a big problem. I mean, I don't think anybody should worry about weight or anything like that. Kids could probably hold this for quite a while, I'd say. Like a 10-year-old could probably hold this pretty well.
Yeah, I'll talk to you a little bit about the controller today. Obviously, the real centerpiece for the new Wii U console, the primary feature, and obviously, is the large built-in touchscreen right in the center here, and that's going to play a role in some of the things you're going to see today. In addition to that, you have a full set of traditional controls. So that's plus control pad, circle pads, face buttons right here. You also have a left and right, and dual triggers on the back. In addition to that, you have motion control with gyro and an internal-facing camera. There's also a sensor bar built in there as well. There's many other things. I could list them all. It's got just about everything in here. But so what this combination of controls allows us to do is create really deep gameplay experiences using the traditional controls, but also experiences that appeal to a wide range of people using the touchscreen and the motion controls. Now, the form factor is going to look familiar to you. Maybe walking around CES, but it's actually its core function is actually quite different than a tablet, because the difference here is that it's integrated directly into the Wii U console experience. So, and because the Wii U console is connected to your TV, it's also connected to your entertainment in ways that just a standalone device can't be. So you have two independent screens, but they're also integrated, and that really opens up dynamic new gameplay possibilities. It can act as you're going to see today, a window into a game world that can be wrapping around you, and also totally new possibilities for multiplayer gaming. Now, today I'm going to walk you through a few experiences that will show you just how this controller is incorporated into gameplay, and just how that works, and also some of the opportunities that it opens up for developers and gamers, that play the games that they want to play. We have Chase Me here. It's kind of a Mario-themed Me experience.
Okay.
And the easiest way to describe is it is sort of a game of hide and seek.
Okay.
And so I'm going to be the one running and hiding.
Okay.
And the rest of you are going to work together to try to track me down and catch me. I'm in the red cap there in the center. Now you can see here that we're kind of in a play area that is color coded. And that's going to come into play because you're going to be talking to each other as much as possible to try to track me down.
Okay.
And so you might say, hey, I spotted him in blue. He's headed to the left, so I think he's headed to red.
Okay.
And so you would try to, instead of running behind me, you would try to cut me off. Cut me off and try to catch me. So enough talk. I think we just start. All right. This is me.
Okay.
So I can see everyone's location at any time using these little icons throughout the map. So I'm not going to run and hide and stay there. I'm going to be moving all the time to try to evade and run away from people. And if you see me, then I'm going to try to use this information to run away and make sure I don't get cut off, and caught. So I have an advantage in that way, and it's also really changes the gameplay dynamic because I've got my own little thing going on over here with the new controller. So now. So, running through kind of one run through here, we're going to move on to just showing you a little bit about what the controller does with this particular HD experience. Night has fallen over this scene, and now you're seeing the scene rendered at night, with all beautiful, lighting effects. If you touch this button right here, it actually will change dynamically between night and day. Just showing you again that this is running all in real time. In addition to that, you have control over the camera, using the touchscreen here. and you can kind of swap some of the views. But I think what's most exciting also is that you're seeing on the screen here, there's no user interface elements at all. It's really kind of a cinematic look, but all of that information is right here on the new controller. So you have your hearts, your mini map, keys and rupees, and you can imagine a scenario where you could have all that information in your hand as opposed to having it on the screen. The final thing here, and I think this is also a really important point here, is that you can actually tap this button right here, and it swaps the action dynamically. So now you have the gameplay, happening on this screen here. Change the camera view there, and you have the map, all of that kind of information that was previously on the new controller now
the screen's
up on the television
very
screen.
beautiful.
Yeah,
it's a nice screen.
Beautiful to look at. So, just an example of really the ability to switch that dynamically back and forth. But you can imagine, gameplay scenarios where you could have gameplay constantly switching, between the big screen, the small screen, and that dynamic play that opens up with the new controller. So, I'm just going to hand this to you, let you play around with it for just a minute. It's such a satisfying click that it gives you when you hit this.
Is this going to be multi-touch, or is it one finger at a time?
Again, we're not currently talking tech specs right now.
Okay.
And we're just kind of focusing on just some of the gameplay ideas that you can have using the new controller.
It really is a very, very pretty screen.
I just love the lighting in this. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Especially at night. Yeah.